Astroturfing is a deceptive practice where individuals, organizations, or companies create the illusion of grassroots support for a particular cause, product, or political agenda. The term derives from astroturf, a brand of synthetic grass, symbolizing the artificial creation of support that appears to be organic or coming from the general public. Unlike genuine grassroots movements, where ordinary people come together to advocate for a cause they believe in, astroturfing creates a fake or manipulated version of this kind of movement. By generating fake comments, endorsements, or protests, astroturfing misleads people into believing that an agenda is widely supported or opposed by the general population. This tactic can have a powerful influence on public opinion, making people feel like they're in the minority if they don't agree with what appears to be the majority. Astroturfing is a common strategy in political campaigns, marketing, and corporate public relations. It involves tactics like hiring paid actors to attend protests, creating fake social media accounts, and funding front organizations that claim to represent ordinary citizens. The goal is to create a sense of momentum or consensus that can sway the undecided or silence dissent. This video will dive deep into the tactics and psychology behind astroturfing, its effects on public discourse, and how to recognize and resist it. We'll cover how astroturfing has been used in various sectors, including politics, marketing, and social media, and discuss the ethical implications of this form of manipulation. Chapter 1: The Origins and Evolution of Astroturfing. Astroturfing as a tactic has evolved with modern communication technologies, but its roots can be traced back to earlier efforts by companies and political groups to manipulate public opinion. Early examples of propaganda. Astroturfing is a form of propaganda, a method used to spread specific messages, often for political or commercial gain. The use of propaganda dates back centuries, where rulers, religious institutions, and political factions created biased information to sway public opinion. However, the practice of faking grassroots support became more sophisticated with the rise of mass media in the 20th century. One of the earliest forms of astroturfing involved companies secretly sponsoring independent organizations or publications that appeared to represent the interests of consumers. For example, tobacco companies in the 1950s funded research that cast doubt on the dangers of smoking, often using front groups that appeared to be impartial public health advocates. The birth of the term. The term astroturfing was coined in the 1980s by US Senator Lloyd Bentsen, who criticized the practice of creating fake grassroots movements, particularly in political campaigns. Just as astroturf mimics real grass, astroturfing is designed to mimic authentic public opinion, giving the false impression of widespread grassroots support. As media evolved, so did the methods of astroturfing. The rise of television advertising and talk radio provided new platforms for corporations and political groups to amplify fake support for their agendas. However, it was the explosion of the internet and social media that truly enabled astroturfing to thrive. Astroturfing in the internet age. The internet revolutionized how information spreads, providing a fertile ground for astroturfing to take root and grow. Online forums, blogs, and social media platforms became popular channels for astroturfers to spread their messages. With the anonymity of the internet, it became easier for companies or political operatives to create fake accounts, post positive or negative reviews, and manufacture social media trends that appeared to be organic. For example, a company might hire a marketing firm to generate hundreds of fake positive reviews for a new product on popular review sites. These reviews would give the illusion that the product is widely loved by consumers, even though the reviews were written by paid actors or bots. Similarly, political campaigns might create fake social media accounts to praise a candidate or spread negative information about an opponent, all while appearing to be from everyday voters. The internet also made it easier for astroturfing campaigns to operate on a global scale. Paid influencers, fake followers, and bots could create a massive online presence that would be difficult for the average person to distinguish from genuine public opinion. The result is a highly coordinated and effective method of manipulating people's views without them realizing they are being influenced. Chapter 2. The psychological impact of astroturfing. Astroturfing is so effective because it taps into powerful psychological tendencies, including social proof, groupthink, and the bandwagon effect. By creating the illusion of widespread support, astroturfing plays on people's natural desire to fit in and follow the majority. Social proof. One of the main psychological principles that makes astroturfing effective is social proof. Social proof is the idea that people look to others to determine the correct behavior or opinion in any given situation. When we see a large number of people supporting a particular idea, we are more likely to believe that it must be the right opinion. Astroturfers use this principle to their advantage by making it seem as though a large number of people support a particular agenda. For example, a fake social media campaign might post thousands of positive comments about a political candidate or product, creating the illusion that public opinion is overwhelmingly in favor. As more people see these posts, they are more likely to believe that the candidate or product is popular and join the bandwagon. The bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect plays a crucial role in astroturfing campaigns. The more people believe that a movement, trend, or product is gaining popularity, the more likely they are to jump on board. Astroturfing exploits this by artificially inflating the visibility of support, making it seem as if a groundswell of public opinion is forming. For example, if a political group launches a fake petition claiming that hundreds of thousands of people have signed it, the large number of signatures can create the perception that the cause is both popular and legitimate. This can influence undecided individuals who might want to avoid being on the losing side of the argument. Groupthink and peer pressure. Astroturfing also capitalizes on groupthink, a psychological phenomenon where individuals prioritize harmony and consensus within a group over critical thinking or expressing dissenting opinions. In the context of astroturfing, when people see a large number of others supporting a particular viewpoint, they may feel social pressure to conform, even if they privately disagree. This peer pressure can be especially strong on social media, where users may hesitate to voice contrary opinions for fear of backlash or alienation. As astroturfing campaigns create an illusion of majority support, they amplify this pressure, making it harder for individuals to speak out against what appears to be the prevailing sentiment. Confirmation bias. Another factor that makes astroturfing so effective is confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs. When astroturfing campaigns promote fake endorsements or reviews, they target individuals who are already inclined to agree with the message. These individuals are more likely to accept the fake support as genuine and use it to reinforce their own opinions. For example, someone who already supports a particular political candidate might see a flood of positive comments on social media and use this as further proof that they are on the right side of the issue. The more fake endorsements they encounter, the stronger their belief becomes, even though the support is manufactured. Chapter 3. Astroturfing in politics. Astroturfing has become a powerful tool in political campaigns, where public opinion can be easily swayed by the perception of widespread support or opposition. Politicians and political organizations often use astroturfing to create the illusion that their policies or candidates are more popular than they actually are. Political campaigns and fake grassroots movements. One of the most common forms of astroturfing in politics is the creation of fake grassroots movements, sometimes referred to as front groups. These organizations are often funded by political parties, corporations, or wealthy donors, but are designed to appear as though they are run by ordinary citizens. The goal is to give the impression that the cause has widespread public support, even when it is being driven by special interests. For example, a political party might create a front group that advocates for a controversial policy, such as deregulation of an industry. The group might organize protests, run social media campaigns, and publish op-eds in newspapers, all while concealing its true funding sources. To the average person, it appears as though a large segment of the population is advocating for the policy, when in reality it is being pushed by a small group of elites. Fake endorsements and online manipulation. Astroturfing also plays a major role in manipulating public opinion online. Political operatives use tactics like creating fake social media accounts, posting fabricated testimonials, and organizing fake online petitions to create the illusion of widespread support for a candidate or policy. This can influence voters who are undecided or who feel pressured to align themselves with what appears to be the majority. For example, during an election campaign, a political party might flood social media with fake accounts that post glowing endorsements of their candidate. These accounts might share positive news articles, spread hashtags, and interact with real users to make it seem like the candidate is gaining momentum. By amplifying their presence online, the party can create the perception that their candidate is more popular than they actually are. Astroturfing to suppress opposition. In addition to promoting their own candidates, political astroturfing campaigns are often used to suppress opposition. This can involve flooding social media with negative comments about an opposing candidate, or using fake accounts to spread misinformation that undermines their credibility. For example, a political party might create fake accounts to spread rumors or conspiracy theories about their opponent, making it seem as though these views are widely held. The goal is to sow doubt in the minds of voters and reduce support for the opposing candidate. Because the campaign appears to be coming from ordinary citizens, it can be difficult for voters to recognize that they are being manipulated by a coordinated astroturfing effort. Astroturfing is not limited to the political arena. It is also a common tactic used by companies to promote products, influence consumer behavior, and shape public perception of their brand. In many cases, companies use astroturfing to create the illusion that their products are more popular or well-reviewed than they really are. Fake product reviews and testimonials. One of the most prevalent forms of corporate astroturfing is the use of fake product reviews and testimonials. Companies often hire marketing firms or freelance writers to post positive reviews on websites like Amazon, Yelp, or Google Reviews. These reviews are designed to appear as though they were written by genuine customers, but in reality, they are fabricated to boost the product's ratings. For example, a tech company might launch a new smartphone and flood review sites with glowing testimonials, praising the phone's features and performance. Potential buyers who read these reviews may assume that the product is widely loved by real users, even though many of the reviews were written by paid writers with no actual experience using the product. Astroturfing on social media has become increasingly prevalent on various platforms, where companies use fake accounts and bots to create viral buzz around their products. By generating fake likes, comments, and shares, these campaigns create the appearance that a product is trending or widely popular, influencing real users to join in. For example, a fashion brand might launch a new clothing line and use fake social media accounts to post pictures of influencers wearing the clothes. These accounts might share the content across multiple platforms, using hashtags to boost visibility. As more people see the posts, the line may appear to be gaining popularity, prompting actual influencers and consumers to jump on the bandwagon. Astroturfing in crisis management is another tactic companies use as a way to manage crises or defend their reputations during scandals. For example, if a company faces negative press over a faulty product or unethical business practices, they might use fake accounts to post positive comments defending the company or downplaying the severity of the issue. This strategy helps mitigate the damage to the company's reputation by creating the impression that many customers remain loyal or supportive despite the controversy. Astroturfing in the media and entertainment industry can create artificial hype around movies, music, or television shows. By manufacturing the perception of popularity, astroturfing campaigns can generate more real interest, leading to higher ratings, ticket sales, or streaming numbers. Boosting box office and streaming numbers. Movie studios and streaming platforms sometimes use astroturfing to inflate the perceived popularity of a new release. For example, a studio might pay for fake reviews or social media endorsements to create buzz around a movie, making it seem like a must-see event. In some cases, studios may even organize fake fan accounts to praise the film and encourage others to see it. As more people become aware of the movie and see the positive feedback, they may be more likely to buy tickets or stream the film even if the reviews are fabricated. Creating artificial trends in music. Astroturfing is also common in the music industry, where record labels or artists use fake accounts to boost their streaming numbers or promote a new single. For example, a label might use bots or paid accounts to generate fake plays on streaming platforms like Spotify or YouTube, creating the illusion that a song is trending. As the song climbs the charts, real listeners may take notice and start streaming the track, believing it to be genuinely popular. This artificial momentum can lead to more radio airplay, media coverage, and ultimately, higher sales. Social media influencers and fake followers. Social media influencers who rely on their follower counts to attract brand deals and sponsorships are not immune to astroturfing tactics. Some influencers use fake followers, likes, and comments to inflate their social media presence and create the impression that they have a larger, more engaged audience than they really do. For example, an influencer might purchase thousands of fake followers to boost their profile, making it seem like they are more popular and influential than they are. Brands that work with these influencers may be misled into believing that their posts will reach a large, authentic audience, even though much of their engagement is fake. Chapter 6. The Dangers of Astroturfing. While astroturfing can be an effective strategy for influencing public opinion, it comes with significant ethical and practical risks. Astroturfing undermines trust, distorts public discourse, and can have long-lasting negative consequences for both the people who engage in it and the general public. Erosion of public trust. One of the most serious dangers of astroturfing is the erosion of public trust. When people discover that a movement, product, or political cause they believed was genuine has been manufactured, it can lead to cynicism and distrust in the institutions involved. For example, if a political campaign is exposed for using astroturfing tactics, voters may lose faith in the democratic process. Similarly, consumers who discover that a product they purchased based on fake reviews might become skeptical of future online reviews, making it harder for genuine grassroots movements or brands to gain their trust. Undermining authentic movements. Astroturfing can also undermine legitimate grassroots movements and causes by crowding out authentic voices. When fake movements dominate the conversation, it becomes harder for real people with real concerns to be heard. For example, in politics, a well-funded astroturfing campaign might drown out the voices of ordinary citizens who are genuinely passionate about an issue. The result is a distortion of public discourse, where the most visible movements are not necessarily the most representative of the public's true interests. Spreading misinformation. Astroturfing campaigns are often used to spread misinformation, whether it's about a political candidate, a product, or a social issue. When people are exposed to fake endorsements, reviews, or social media trends, they may make decisions based on false or misleading information. For example, a company that uses astroturfing to cover up the negative effects of a product might put consumers at risk, leading them to purchase something that could harm their health or waste their money. Conclusion. How to recognize and resist astroturfing. Astroturfing is a deceptive practice that manipulates public opinion by creating the illusion of grassroots support. Whether it's used in politics, marketing, or entertainment, astroturfing can have serious consequences for public trust, informed decision-making, and the integrity of democratic discourse. Recognizing astroturfing. To protect yourself from the influence of astroturfing, it's important to be able to recognize its signs. Some common red flags include inconsistent or overly positive reviews. If a product or movement has an overwhelming number of positive reviews that seem generic or repetitive, it could be a sign of astroturfing. Lack of transparency. Be wary of organizations or movements that don't disclose their funding sources or affiliations. Sudden, overwhelming support. If a social media trend or political cause seems to gain massive support overnight, it could be an astroturfing campaign designed to create artificial momentum. Resisting astroturfing. The best way to resist astroturfing is to practice critical thinking and seek out multiple sources of information before making decisions. Look for independent reviews, fact-check claims, and be cautious of movements or products that rely heavily on social proof without offering concrete evidence. By staying informed and skeptical of artificially manufactured opinions, you can avoid being swayed by the illusion of grassroots support and make decisions that are based on genuine information.
Remember to like and subscribe for more video content. Sapiens quae vigilat.